Hey, hello, it's Sophie going live, day 179. I'm a busy mum, building a business online, and I'm recording my journey. Usually I go live in the evening and I'm exhausted, but today I thought I'm doing something which is making me think so much of fears, and well, it's making me think of things that I think I should share. So I've stopped my day a little bit, and I thought I'll go live in the day instead. So as you can see, I'm in my kitchen for once. I usually hide in a little room to do my live, but here I'm in my kitchen, and I've been busy with the children baking since this morning. So I'm in my kind of thing so that my hair doesn't go all over the place, and I got my apron. We have a special homeschooling project going on. We're going to go to the market on Saturday, and we are baking homemade gluten-free things, cupcakes and cakes and bread and stuff like that we're going to sell. And the idea is for the children to have a kind of practical experience at figuring out how much it costs to make things, how much we can sell them for, and whether we make a profit or not. We kind of thought it would be a fun project to do, and we've had this planned for quite a few months now, actually. So we've been busy baking and calculating lots of things. Hey Anna, we have been busy. You can go behind me. So I've got Ben's having a little break, and Anna's eating a yogurt, so she's also having a break. But anyway, you can come, seriously, Anna. Anyway, what strikes me is the level of fear that I'm going through is unbelievable. And it's funny because I've been talking a lot about fears these last few days, really, this week. Because again, it strikes me that very often this is what prevents people from taking action, myself included. And maybe because I've been talking about it a lot, I'm very aware of this going on inside me. And what strikes me is, even though this is something I do all the time, I bake gluten-free stuff, I cook all the time. I mean, I have 4 children. I mean, you know, I spend half my life in the kitchen. They're always hungry. We're always hungry. There's always something, you know. So this is something I'm so used to doing. It's not even something new. However, the idea of going to sell my stuff hits, you know, it reveals my fear of not being good enough. This is the thing. I'm not terrified that nobody's going to buy and that will make a loss. I don't really care about that. What scares me is it won't be good enough. It won't taste nice enough. And people will be disappointed, or people will feel I've somehow ripped them off, or, you know, conned them into buying something. It's actually not very nice. And I'm amazed that I feel so scared, because, you know, I know my stuff is nice. I mean, I've invited people here often enough that I know that it's nice. I mean, it might not be, you know, a 5-star restaurant level, but I know it's nice. And yet I still have this fear that I'm going to disappoint people. And I really, I want to cancel. At this stage, I want to cancel. I think this is too much. This is too complicated. This is going to be a disaster. And I'm in a panic. Honestly, I really am. And of course, I'm not going to, because because I don't do that. I do tend to do things even if they terrify me. And on top of that, you know, my children would just be too disappointed. And this is a good, yeah, we're going to do it now. I mean, there's no going back. But what really strikes me is it helps me certainly understand myself more, and why doing these things online are so hard for me, because that's not something that I've even been doing for a long time. So I've been maybe baking for nearly 40 years. Not gluten-free, but, you know, I've been baking gluten-free for 9 years. So it's years and years and years of experience, and yet I'm still scared. So I understand that I'm going to be all the more scared when I do things that I haven't been doing for a long time. And I encourage you, just if you're watching this, to think of this. You know, what is scaring you? What makes it difficult for you to take the right and necessary action? Because I do think that even though the fear doesn't go away, I do think once you've identified what it is easier to move forward. For me, certainly, it was a big turning point when in the spring I realized I was terrified of looking stupid. And somehow recognizing that fear helped me do it anyway. And I'm pleased that I'm realizing today that I'm scared of that my stuff won't be good enough, because I think that's something I have now with my baking, but that's something I have as well when I'm producing content for my YouTube channel, when I'm thinking of, you know, creating maybe a little mini course or writing a little ebook or whatever things I'm either doing already or thinking of doing further down the line. I think deep down there is that fear that it's going to disappoint people, that that people are going to complain that it wasn't good enough, that they were conned out of paying me something and that it wasn't worth it or something like that. And I think that once identifying these fears really helps move past them. Doesn't take them away, but it certainly helps move forward. So yeah, I encourage you to do the same. You know, try to notice what's scaring you, and I always say this, but what is the worst that can happen? At the very worst, for me on Saturday, people will be disappointed, and I just won't do it again. I'll apologize and I won't do it again, right? That's the worst that can happen. And I'll rethink my whole gluten-free baking. If too many people complain, then it will give me the chance to think, okay, maybe it's not as good as I thought. Maybe I need to follow different recipes. I don't know. I'll find a way to make something good out of that. If it's just one customer complaining, I'll think he's just a difficult customer. If there's 10 people who buy the cupcakes and say they're disgusting, that will make me think, right? So it will also be an opportunity for me to grow. And that's the worst case scenario. And the best case scenario is it will be a great success. And I'll do it again. And everybody will be pleased, and I'll have given some nice stuff to people on Saturday morning, and they'll have enjoyed what they're eating, and that will be nice. And maybe we'll even make a profit. And if we do, we've already decided we were going out as a family to have a meal out, which we never do. So there you go. So really, lots of good things could happen, right? So there you go. So anyway, yeah, as I say, think about these fears. Notice fears, that you have in everyday life, because usually they're the same that you're going to have for your business. things are the same. If I'm scared that my baking won't be good enough, and I'm scared that my writing won't be good enough, and I'm scared that my what I'm selling is not going to be good enough. It's a theme, right? So I need to spot that, and I'm pleased I did. So do that. Let me know if that's helpful, useful. I hope it does help in some way. Give it a like or a love if you enjoy this. Please let me know if you watched the replay, #replay, and reach out to me if you have any questions or anything I can help with. That's part of the stuff I do. There you go. Speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.